Helen Rogers, who gave many years to the game of softball, especially on the scoring side. Years and plenty to the game of softball. It has been said in this week that she passed on. So if we Thank you, ladies and gentlemen, players, umpires, thank you for that moment of silence.
Thanks, Peter.
Kia ora koutou katoa, no mai hara mai tēnei wā mo te kemu o Pui Uka. Great to have you along here on day 2 of action. We're at the 2024 Softball New Zealand Open Men's Club National Championships, and just a little quiet start to this match as we honour one of our lovely scorers who passed away in the Waikato region, Helen Rogers, just recently, and you saw that moment of silence by both teams paying that respect. A lovely lady of the game of softball who gave a lot over the years in many different facets and many different roles, and the softball community mourns the loss of Helen Rogers. Well, thank you, ladies and gentlemen. And as I mentioned, we're on day 2 of competition here as we continue our coverage with Atiawa Toa FM and Ballpark Broadcasting NZ for you on behalf, of course, of Softball New Zealand's presentation of the 2024 Open Men's Club National Championship. It is day 2 action, game number 29 on the schedule. RKS, Richmond Kia's Softball Club, taking on North Harbour's Roosters. And this one should be a good match as we get underway a little bit late than schedule after the match before this run a little time over. Should be a good one though. Roosters, one of the big teams across the country over the last few years. Richmond Kias are in rebuilding mode, and we should see some interesting play out of them today. I'm Jason Gerbes, aka Chopper. Joining me in the booth, and this one will be my man Scotty Eso. And he's just about to roll on in, because you know what Scotty's like. He's coming off the Learjet, making sure that he's paid his limo driver. He's got that all sorted. He's joining us now. Scotty, my man, thanks for taking the time. Roosters, RKS, what do you expect to see today?
Tēnā koe, Chop, and to everybody who's joined us, thank you for having me, mate. I expect RKS to try and get the ball in play, run hard, get some runners on base, and then just do their best to tie this Roosters lineup down.
Indeed, tie this Roosters lineup down. Well, let's look at that lineup for you. It'll be Roosters in the field in their red tops for you in this match. They get started with defensively. It'll be left to right in the outfield, Andrew McMillan, Levi Wilson, and Jonathan Little, a.k.a. Jono. Third base, hot corner is Jamison Graham. Trey Walbor, pickup player, will be playing shortstop. Muddy Caddens is at 2 today. Jordan Cotton's over at first base. The slugger, Curtis Tompkins, the ever-experienced hitter and catcher. We're doing the catching duties for their import pitcher, Atiawa Toa, getting the start on the hill here for Roosters today. Offensively for RKS, Richmond Kia's Softball Club, Jordan Day, who leads off the third baseman, who's batting now. Just tries to push that one. Craig Hall will be hitting 2, the designated player. Levi Beatty will be hitting 3. Flynn Montley will be hitting clean up today for RKS. Jacob Neal, the New Zealand junior Black Sox pitcher, he'll be pitching and hitting in the 5 spot. Caleb Leddy will be doing the catching today. Blake Holtz hitting 7 at second base. Leroy Cherry at centre field hitting 8 today. And Max Russell will round out the batting order from the boys from RKS. As we see Jordan Day, we're going to try and see if I can pronounce his name properly before Scotty gives me a bit of stick in the booth here today.
Well, I'd love to give you a bit of stick, Chop, but I wrote that name down and I don't know which way it is either. I'll check with one of our lovely scorers in the break, bud.
One away here, top of the first innings. Action. Game 29. As Halsey's son, Craig Hall, will step into the box, and those who have been to Christchurch or Tahi down there will know Halsey. He's been the pretty much lifetime groundkeeper down there. Well, this is his oldest boy.
Yeah, and this fella has, we played them earlier in the tournament, and he'll really mix up the swing and then drop in the running bunt as he just tried there, and he'll really try and keep you on your toes.
Keep you on the toes indeed, and there you go, big lad. So he's got power, but he's also got pace. Ionne now with his delivery. Low lifter on the outside edge there. Halsey will just take a little touch.
They'll need to do a bit of that today, Chop, if they're going to get some hits against some decent pitching. They'll need to foul some good pitches off and hope for some mistakes at a later part of their at-bats.
5-day competition is the 2024 Open Men Clubs National Championship. We're up to day 2 of competition. Third time slot of the day. As this one pops up, shallow centre field, a long run, and a grab by Wildbore over the shoulder.
Lovely play running back to that one. Stayed with it nicely. Can be a real tricky one, particularly on a windy day at Fraser Park, Chop.
Sure is indeed. Well, the weather has been a little overcast here this morning locally, but the weather gods tell me, which is basically Scotty Easto, to be fair. Ground ball, shortstop, Wildbore's on it again. On his horse, he throws it over in time.
Nice sharp start from the Roosters there in the field.
So 3 quick outs here from RKS in the top of the first innings. More action to come in the bottom with the lineups when we come back.
The decisions we make matter. The cloth you put on your back, that comes from somewhere. Ours is Ecotech, and it comes from here. One of these equals 38 of these, not in landfill. High performance fabric worthy of what you stand for.
Well, welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. Bottom of the first innings, the RKS will take the field in their black and green topped uniforms. Defensively for them, they are quick, they are fast, and they are efficient. It'll be Blake 19 that will be out at left field. Centre field today, Leroy Cherry. At right field for the boys from RKS is Max Russell. Shortstop today is BT. Up the middle with him will be Hutt. Over in the hot corner, third base for RKS is Gordon Day. First baseman today is Montley. Behind the dish, Caleb Liddy. And as we mentioned at the top of the shop, junior Black Sox representative pitcher Jacob Neal will start on the hill. Offensively for the Roosters, they're a good one too. Power, punch and pace. Marty Cannis, Levi Wilson, they're the table setters in the order. Then it goes Drage, Tompkins and Cotton. Power and the punch. Then you've got the veteran Andrew McMillan hitting in the 6th spot. John O'Little, the national captain of the juniors back in 2020, he's hitting 7. Ionne, the pitcher, will hit for himself, and the shortstop Wildbore will round out the batting order for the boys from Roosters. No score in the game, bottom of the first innings. First pitch from Neil is a rise ball outside. Scotty, the young superstar Jacob Neal obviously went away with New Zealand. We saw his feats in the under-19s last year, getting the national championship for Canterbury, pretty much throwing 99% of the innings. What type of pitcher is he?
Jacob Neal, yeah, as you said there, wearing the load for that Canterbury side that won the 19s a couple of years back, and he's quite a crafty wee fella. Spins the ball well. The rotation on that lifter gets it going away slightly to the righties, which can be a little bit off-speedy type, and then the dipper, you know, is quite humpy. He's got that humpy kind of dipper to it. Didn't see a lot of change up from him earlier in the tournament, so it'd be interesting to see how much he brings that into today.
19 degrees locally. We already hit the high here in the 04. There is a little bit of breeze coming in, but as I just load up the the wind map, but 36 kilometres coming in from the north-northwest. Scotty, what does north-northwest mean?
North-northwest in Wellington means it's going to be a little stronger. That's basically it, bud.
Going to be a little stronger. As it'll gust up to about 70 kilometres an hour as we're getting a little of those flutters. We had a little bit of rain come down, but nothing on the rain radar right at this point, so we're hopeful that we shouldn't have any interruption of today's play. One down here, bottom of the first innings. And Levi Wilson, I tell you what, this kid, he was on the juniors in 2020. I pretty much love everything about him.
I absolutely love watching Levi Wilson play as well because, you know, whenever you get to see someone who's kind of that five-toolie type player, really good athletic ability as well as contact hitting, can hit for power too, and plays the field really well. And just really plays that really fast, aggressive type softball that the Roosters are actually, you know, kind of trying to make something that everybody sees from them, and it's pretty consistent.
Pretty consistent indeed. You see a little running bunt just goes foul. Just for clarification purposes, Scotty, you talk about him and Atul, and then when you talk about me and Atul, I take it they're two completely separate definitions.
Well, Chop, as you know, I watched you play a few times, played against you a few times, and what I saw was a lot of hard swings, bud.
You can say tool, I'm a tool, right? That's fine.
I saw a single tool in the batter's box of swing hard and then swing harder.
Well, that's the question. What type of tool? Is it like one of those multi-grips, or is it one of those universal screwdrivers, or is it basically just a plunger?
It's plunger, man. Go long. Go long, bud.
Go long.
I know your motto. I'm not going to put it out there for everyone, but if you ever watch Chop taking that bat, you only see one pitch before you know what the motto is.
Yeah, before long, you're going to need a plunger to clear out the TV screen.
Also enjoyable, though.
Yeah.
For those at home, it's also an enjoyable watch.
Fair enough, indeed. Wilson working hard here.
There it is, Chop. You see that slidey type lifter that it's a little bit off speedy. It can be really hard to time up on the back if he throws the drop ball at the same height. It's difficult.
He's a tough out too. Protects the strike zone, doesn't he?
Yeah.
And of course, he's an elite pace once he gets on.
Yeah, elite pace, and that's something that, like I say, that they are starting to be known for. Really tricky to get out.
Now, Scotty, as you know, I'm not really one to poke fun at people. I'd rather poke fun at myself. But we need to get the cameraman to get a shot of Levi Wilson's pants.
Oh, dear.
Are they up or are they down?
Can I just tell you, before we do that he's not the only one? Didn't Potty do it just play here?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. I'll give you a little heads up, Chop. There's one in that team too.
Is that right?
Yeah.
It's a new thing.
Yeah, it's a new thing. I'm not going to say...
Foul tip off.
I'm not going to say his name because, you know, I really like the guy, but I just can't deal with it. I'm like, what? We're going up, we're going down here, we're just going to chop him off somewhere in between.
Let's get our the camera 1 or camera 4 and get a shot of the batter's pants so we can see it. So you can all see it at home as well. Camera 1 or camera 4. Hopefully they'll grab that shot for us soon. Hard hit ball from Wilson. It's a gapper. This will be extra bases in a hurry. Rounding 2, looking for 3, maybe an into Parker. Here comes Wilson. The stop sign is up though from the head coach Russell Hall.
Yeah, Russell Hall clearly putting the brakes on there at 1 out. I dare say at 2 out or at 2 out he's probably sending him there, but they'll back Edu Drage with 1 out to make sure that run does eventually cross the plate. But do you feel like, I feel like he could have made that, Chop?
He could. You see here on the replay, fighting how many pitches off to get the one he wanted.
Yeah, and that, to be fair, Chop, that's what I thought we'd see a bit out of Richmond Cares. But it's universal. Every team needs to make sure that they're fighting off some good pitches to get a hold of some that they're actually looking for.
So 1 away here, and I bring up arguably the most experienced player in the Roosters club these days, Edu Drage.
Edu's impressive, man, Chop. I thought he had a couple more clicks on the ball when I saw him the other day pitching-wise, but an accomplished hitter as well, as is pretty common in New Zealand.
Ball is down low. Good work behind the dish from Caleb Leddy.
Caleb Leddy, I'm not sure if it's the same catcher that caught against Marist earlier in the tournament, but
Right.
Pickup player. So we're building the battery. We're building a bit of a combination early, and you could kind of sense that.
Nice and set now. Neil up the middle, and Drage is ever so consistent. He'll drive in the first run of the ball game. Roosters the lead, 1-0.
Every coach's best friend on the back of the hold-up sign. Thank you, bud. That's why I'm here, fellas. 1-0.
Calm, cool, and collected. You see Wilson going into the dugout and a sense of approval from his teammates here. I think you'll find, as you mentioned, also the team respecting the head coach, Russell Hall. Very experienced campaigner, Hall, or Russ, known to his friends. I tell you what, he's so knowledgeable of the game. But if you get him upset, boy, oh boy, he's fun to watch. I remember seeing at Rosedale, they have the gates closed to the dugout, and they've got this big metal bar to stop the gate going too far. Well, that bar wasn't thick enough for Russell Hall one time, I can tell you that.
Went straight through that
He
bar.
went straight through it. Yeah.
Wow. There's plenty to him. I can imagine it would need to be a solid bar to hold him up.
Tompkins now the catcher. Skies this one up. It looks like it'll be taken in just in field. That wasn't an easy catch in the end for Gordon Day.
No, not an easy one, particularly, like I say, here as the replay comes down at Fraser Park. When this gets up there on a windy day, it can really move around. And as you see, he tracks that ball and then has to come back a long way. And actually, it's a really nice play.
Oh, dude, we're going to play that replay again at some stage. You've got to watch Tompkins in the batter's box as that goes up. When we get that again, you'll see what I mean. So
Using all the tricks as usual.
Two away here. Jordan Cotton now, the slugger. They have brought a designated runner into first base for Drage, and that'll be Polder Cooper Nicola running.
Polder Cooper Nicola, obviously the younger brother of Tikarika.
Yeah.
And an accomplished player himself, actually, for a young fella. I mean, accomplished is probably not the right word.
Up the middle, off the glove, and it's a bang-bang play at first base, and he is gone.
Nice to stay with it there and make the out and get out of the innings.
Well, I guess you rule that as a 4-6-3. I don't know. Call it what you like. You can see it on the replay. It is Roosters that lead 1-0. We know Drage drives it up the middle to give them the slender lead. We'll be back with more action here live from Fraser Park on day 2 competition game 29. Top of the second coming up next. Well, welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, here to Fraser Ballpark as we get underway on this day 2 action. Roosters with a lead here, 1-0 at this point, and that'll allow to come up to bat for RKS. They saw 3 batters only in the top of the first innings, top of the second now. Top of the second now, and they will send up Flynn Montley, Jacob Neal, and Caleb Leddy. 1, 2, and 3. As we see the first pitch delivered from Ione right down the tram line for the first strike. You see the umpires mic'd up for you. You've probably heard that all week here so far at Fraser Ballpark. And I just want to take a moment, Scotty, just to appreciate the umpires giving us that access.
Yeah, it's always good. I'd say, and sometimes they probably have to change what they say a little bit, but it is a great insight into their job as we see a fantastic change-up taken for strike 3. And we get a real good in-depth look at a nice punch-out from the umpire.
Sure is indeed. And yeah, just want to thank those umpires for doing that for us. It makes the world of a difference where we get a inside, if you like, of what the goings on are of our great umpires right here at the National Championship. Change of pace. Well, we can see that mixing it in early here from Roosters.
That's nasty. That one was nasty. Yeah, I like to see that. He's not going to let any of the hitters get set for any one pace. And to be fair, as we've seen now 3 in a row, as he takes one for a strike, and then Curtis Tompkins puts one a little bit lower that's chased. And to be fair, that's the experience behind the dish there that we would expect from Curtis. Fantastic spot to the lifter.
It looks like Ione's got it on a string right now as he punches out the second batter in a row here. Kia's down 2 quickly here on the top of the second innings. Caleb Liddy, we talked a little bit about his exploits behind the dish. Let's see what he can do, the pickup player out of Otago and the offensive side.
Yeah, I knew it. Not sure where you got your intel with the area of the pickup, but lots of contact this week early from the young fella, and was definitely one that was on the base pass against us very often.
This one comes through as well. You've got to get going soon, otherwise Ione's going to be heading back to the dugout. See Wild Ball, he's been good at shortstop today already with a nice catch. And that just misses on the outside edge. What was that,
That was lovely pitch. Lovely pitch. Hey, I'm not back there. I'm with you, Blue. It wasn't there, obviously, because he said ball.
And that one is right down Main Street as it comes through the zone. Caleb Liddy actually out of Hawke's Bay originally and moved to Otago to further his career. And that one left down low. So works the count well, does Liddy. So I've been in Otago now for about 3 years, I think, mate. And he's the partner of one of my best friend's daughter. So that's how come I know the kid a little bit.
Oh, I knew there was something. You ain't been out there scouting deep down there. Oh, fantastic change up in the dirt.
Ione is good. How good is he? He is super good. As we're all done through 1.5 complete here. More action to come live from Fraser Ballpark when we come back.
The decisions we make matter. The cloth you put on your back, that comes from somewhere. Ours is Ecotech, and it comes from here. One of these equals 38 of these, not in landfill. High performance fabric worthy of what you stand for.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, here to what should be a fantastic matchup on day 2 here between the Richmond Cares and the Roosters side. Only a slender lead at this point, 1-0 to the Roosters. But the Roosters will look to improve on that as they'll send up the bat here. Andrew McMillan, Jonathan Little, and Utaro Ione. 1, 2, and 3. There's a good look at a couple of our umpires, and this I'm going to introduce those to you shortly as we're about to get underway here. Great to have you along. I just want to thank you for your attendance today's broadcast. We bring these live pictures to you from the Hutt Valley. And my good man, Scotty Esoap, he's just got out the dictionary, the phonetics, his pronunciation of our good friends from the land of the rising sun. So the starting pitcher from Roosters, his name is actually pronounced
Stitch up. Inouye.
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 Oh, okay, Inouye.
Curtis Tompkins, if you ever watch this back, I tried 5 times to practice. And if I didn't get it, I'm sorry, man. I'm trying.
Inouye. That's easy, Inouye.
Utaro
Inouye. Yeah, that's you guys. Now, can you get us some? I really want to get one of those kimonos. Could you get us one of those?
Well, I don't
and
know.
a samurai sword.
Oh, I mean, who doesn't want a samurai sword?
Aye.
To be fair, I mean, sometimes I'm in the box, I feel like I'm holding a samurai sword, and then I realise actually you're not that good at it. But who doesn't want to have a samurai sword at home for the spare time?
Imagine it.
Yeah, we might ask him afterwards.
Yeah.
You have one of those?
Yutara, wanoi. Arigato. Can I get a samurai sword with a side order of a kimono? This one fouls off to the side from Andrew McMillan.
You see that pitch chop? That's the one that he lives on, and he'll come back with a lot. Is that low lifter away that sort of slides away to the righty? It's incredibly difficult to time up. You feel like it comes out the hand hot, and it just sort of dies away from you late. It can be hard to put any good wood on that.
Rise ball up top. Jacob Neal, where's his bread and butter? Normally on the inside of the plate, kind of restricting the batter's swing. But we'll soon see how he works his way around this Roosters side. Neal now leans back. This one's down low. I'll check the swing.
Wow. It's, I mean, in terms of, I don't know, I'm not going to say he was completely fooled there, but that looked to go down an absolute mile. Can't blame him there. Check swing's a good effort in that situation, I think.
Yeah. I'll take that.
Please hit my bat so I can to see another pitch.
This one back to the screen on Jono a little. Well, I mentioned the umpire's got a good crew. You can see at home plate there with the mask on is New Zealand's Cam Kwong. It's an international crew, this one. Down to first base. Drop outside.
That's a great spot, and that's the height that if he can tunnel that off that low lifter away, if you don't pick them right, it's a long day at the office.
Down at first base officiating to us, you can see him on the bottom of the screen there is Frank Fargi, all the way from Winnipeg in Canada. This rise ball inside and over at third base, all the way from our friends across the dish. Kia ora, our Aussie friends. Or g'day, mate.
G'day, bud.
G'day, buddy.
As we see the big man from the Hutt here in the box,
Yeah.
Jono Little, welcome home, mate.
Yeah, welcome home. Richard Dodds officiating at third base. Ball down low, and it is Little that'll chop down to first base, nice and slowly too.
Nice and slowly, reminiscent of his old man, David Little.
Well, I spoke to Davey a couple of days ago. Like, Chopper, Davey wants to help out with the crew this week. Oh, that's awesome. Oh, yeah, let's get him on. So I sent a flick of a message. Just go, Chopper, I can't. Oh, what's going on? So got to look after Jono's son. That's all. You enjoy your moko.
Bring that kid in here with you, Dave. He's a treat. Jono's had himself a treat of a wee child. Little blessing. Congratulations again, Jono.
Up to bat here, and I'll pause to allow Scotty to introduce him.
Utaro. I'm going with Utaro Inui.
Fouls this one back, does Inui.
One ball. One strike.
Jacob Neal settled into his work nicely here. He is really starting to nibble the corners and embrace the off-speedy type stuff. That's a great little spot on the corner again as that swung through by Utaro. Taking the call now to 1 ball, 2 strikes.
And just swings through that one. Neil gets him to succumb, so 2 away here in the bottom of the second innings. Trey Wildball now will step in front of Caleb Liddy, the catcher from RKS. First pitch is outside. Pickup player out of the Howick Ball Club is Trey. 2-way player, plays softball and baseball as well, and very handy at both.
Yeah, a really, really handy young Diamond Sports kid. I wouldn't call him a kid. He's certainly nearing that adult Well, certainly from a playing ability anyway, Chop, to pay respect to the kid. He, like you say, mate, he's a great young kid and a really good, talented young player at both baseball and softball. And his little rise through to become someone who a lot of people were after him for this tournament, I can tell you that much.
Drop ball just drops into the top of the zone. I love how you said, oh, no, I won't call him kid. And then in that sentence after that, you said kid about 4 times.
Yeah. Some of my best work. I mean, I'm well known for being ultra consistent. Hence why I was late today, Chop.
Of course, Scotty Usab joining us in the booth here. A mainstay with the Ballpark Broadcasting crew, especially when we're down here in the Hutt Valley, but also done some work for us up in Palmerston North. It's different tournaments from time to time. So great to have your presence and off and running on the pitch. Down to second base, but that'll be the third out of the innings on the strikeout of Wild Boar. So Neil says, arigato to Ione. Takes him out for a strikeout and says, you know what? Well, RKS is here to play as well. Looking forward to more action as we move our way forward to the top of the third innings when we come back. It is Roosters leading RKS 1-0.
Your world, your
Well, as we shake our way into the top of the third innings here, amongst all the action here live at Fraser Ballpark on day 2, game number 29, it'll be RKS with their second opportunity, third innings offensively, and the first one comes off the toe. You know what? Sometimes that's what you got to do, Scotty, is Blake Holt hit by pitch.
When you're leading off an inning for Richmond Kias against Roosters, you're not bothered how you make that base. Take that every day of the week, twice on Thursdays.
We get an update from Autotahi Christchurch, of course, in conjunction with the Men's Club National Championship kicking off here yesterday at Fraser Ballpark, down in Dynasty Ballpark in Christchurch. The Women's Club Nationals gets underway today. Bunt play down and a sacrifice is perfect from Leroy Cherry.
Love to see that from Richmond Kias, getting their lead off on base and actually just playing some fundamental softball. If they're going to be in this game, have a chance to win it, they really need to just get runners into scoring position like that. So if a hit comes, it'll pay off.
Max Russell now. Max Russell coming in the bat. I'm not laughing at Max Russell, I'm laughing at myself. Let's just kind of get that right from the get-go, Scotty.
What we have established there, Chop, is that is Max Russell.
Yeah.
Just in case you're wondering at home for the 4th time, that's Max Russell.
Yeah. I'm not going to say he's a kid, but...
We're on fire between us.
We are indeed. We are indeed. Russell fights off that first pitch. This one down low. And of course, as I mentioned, the Women's Club Nationals getting underway in Autotahi Christchurch today. And our good friend from the crew, Adrian Royals, on holiday. I'm like, dude, we're broadcasting up here. Where are you going?
Can I be honest? I've been in here for about 35 minutes. And one thing I noticed straight away is I couldn't hear his voice.
Yeah.
And then it was a weird thing filling out all the forms thinking, where's that guy who tells me what to do here?
Yeah.
If you're listening, Adrian, I miss you, bud.
We all miss you indeed. And we, of course, get on you. You get on down there. Got to extend a congratulations to his daughter, Luke Royal, who just been named in the White Sox for the first time. What a cool achievement for their whānau.
Yeah, fantastic. And like you say, congratulations, Rongomai. I know how hard you've been working it's easy to know because Thomas Cameron puts a lot of what they're doing up online.
Ground ball, tough play, backhand, can't handle it. And just like that, in the blink of an eye, RKS with 2 base runners on and the 1 out.
Yeah, and this is it, Chop. Put the ball in play, run hard, try and get yourself some runners on. Give yourself some opportunity if a hit comes to score.
Got a real good update for Adrian Royal and Rongomai down in Christchurch. Their first game up against Mount Albert Ramblers, of course, one of the big boppers in the scene. They're down 3 runs to 2 in the top of the 7th innings. Atiawa come back and win that game a 9-3.
Oof, Atiawa. It's a bit of a trait of theirs, though. You can never quite tell. They're never beaten. They've always got a hitting lineup that could catch fire at any second.
Up to bat now, the third baseman.
Gordon. No, we said it was Gordon. Oh, yeah. I'll help you out.
Day batting here as I pause to throw my commentary partner under the bus.
Yeah, and he is not the guy. I'm going to go get it in between innings, though.
Playing a good third base. We saw him have to take a catch earlier. Started in a foul tree, leaked back into the field of play.
Okay, I'm back. I got it. It's Jordan.
Jordan, yeah.
Sorry, bud.
Jordan.
I really needed to be better in that first moment you gave me, but I came through late.
We got him, Jordan Day, the third baseman.
What's up, Jordan?
So Jordan up the bat here. Having a good game, Jordan. Puts the spot on the bat and Jordan fouls it.
Yeah, and he's in exactly what you'd expect him to do here, just trying to get the ball in play, move those runners around. He would definitely take, after his at-bat, he'd take them on 2 and 3 and give up an out to have that ready to go for the next hitter for them.
I'll tell you what, Jordan's been at the top of the batting order for RKS this whole tournament, and Jordan's really found his way in a groove. I think I'd be happy being the third baseman, Jordan Day.
Yeah, definitely, 100%. Oh, that's tough pitch, though.
Tough pitch indeed, and they'll scamper back into their position. So still 2 runners on, 2 away here in the top of the third innings.
As our buddy Craig Hall comes to the plate, Chop. Here he is. And in fact, if I had to say, I don't know a lot about the Richmond Cares lineup, but from the brief look I got at them, this fella would be a guy you'd want at the plate in this situation.
I think so.
He's got many things he could probably bring to his at-bat here, as opposed to just looking to hit something hard.
If you were to pick a direction, because north-northwest doesn't really work for many people, if you were to pick direction of the wind here locally, how would you describe it?
You know
we
what?
See the hat blow off you on the picture.
You know what? I know that it is an easy signal anywhere in Wellington is if it's firm and gusty like this, then it's northwesterly.
Yes.
If it's just straight cold, it's a southerly.
In relation to the ballpark, is that kind of like home plate, the centre field direction, you think?
Yeah.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, it is. Yeah, a little bit drifty, just slightly across.
Right.
But, yeah, pretty much out towards centre field area.
So the breeze assisting the hitters here today.
Hence the lifter being difficult for the hitters, coming into that wind. It's going to obviously get up a little higher.
There's a view from Halsey's point of view. Outside patch, pick off the 3, and he is stone cold. Steve Austin, don't run on Curtis Tompkins. Too quick.
Great play, Curtis Tompkins, to get them out of the innings there.
Well, that'll do us through the the top of the third innings. Bottom of 3 coming up next. It is the Roosters leading 1 run to 0.
Try a trade. Try welding, plumbing, carpentry. Try automated trade skills, material fabrication, electrical. Try painting. Try tiling. Try a trade. Starting this month, a 7-week program in partnership with Welltech and Whitireia. Uncover your passion for a future career. Open to all ages. Register your interest today.
Moving fast and furious through this one. Bottom of the third innings, Roosters with Just the 1-run lead at the moment as they will try to ply their trade as we keep on working our way through this match. It'll be back to the top of the shop here. Marty Cannons, Levi Wilson and Edu Drage, 1, 2 and 3.
Tough part of the order to go through for Jacob Neal. He's going to want to work from ahead for this part of the lineup, and if Roosters are going to try and put some distance between them and Richmond Kiers, this is the part that'll be looking to do it.
Now, I don't ask for much, but when Levi Wilson comes up to bat next, we've got to get a shot of those pants.
Yeah, could we be any more direct with the staff there? Hey guys, zoom right in. I want to see. I want everyone back at home just to get that real feel for how strange this is.
I tell you.
Ooh, I like that. It's a nice little miss on the outside. You know, some misses are good misses, and Jacob Neal, if he is going to be successful in keeping these hitters off balance today, it's more of what he needs to do is nibble the corners, tunnel the hitters a little.
Inside and pull down a third base. Day's got it and over in time for the outs.
The old school knock him down, throw him out mentality of softball. Love it.
Well, the trouble was coming from Levi Wilson, Edu Drage, back-to-back hits, converted their first run of the ball game. They've got a chance now with one away to maybe create that same type of pressure here.
Yeah, Richmond Kiers is doing a great job to lessen the...
Slow roller up the middle, but it slowly works its way to centre field. Here comes Wilson. Nothing slow about his base runnings as he turns that single into a double.
Yeah, I was going to say to lessen the traffic on the base bars and the potential scoring opportunities for Roosters, and then Levi Wilson does what he does.
There's the cameraman. Oh, you can kind of see there. Look at those pants. They're beautiful.
They're beautiful when they're in motion like that.
Look.
That's not them riding up, people. That's where they sit.
That's where they sit. No, I'll tell you what. Mind you, no, I wouldn't. I couldn't do it. I couldn't do it. Even if I got 2 hits like Levi Wilson, I still wouldn't wear pants like that, Scotty.
You know, as a thick setter, I'll put it out there. As a thick setter, I always had to have my pants altered.
Yeah, because they're too long, right?
Yeah, well, yeah, because I got to get them big enough. I'm not a tall fella, so they got to be altered. Yeah. And that screams of the lady getting it horribly wrong who used to do my pants.
We've got it perfect on that shot right there. Look, don't come back to them. Look, you either have your pants all the way to your shoes or you have them up to your knees. Like, what are we doing in the middle, Levi?
Look, ladies, I got really nice ankles. Check these out.
Beautiful.
Hey, man, everybody's got their steez. That's what I love about it. It's you can be you, man. That's cool.
So back in the old days, they used to call the softball pants knickerbockers. And I reckon kind of think that looks like knickerbockers.
Well, that's got to be from somewhere else.
Yeah.
Because, I don't know. Yeah, definitely not in my time.
Leroy Cherry in Centerfield, he's admiring the view.
Levi, I'm just going to go ask my old man. He can definitely move, though. Look at him.
This ball gets away. Wilson will go down to 3, and Drage now at first base. So runners coast to coast here for the North Shore Roosters side.
Yeah, and this is exactly what Richmond Kiers did not want, is traffic and, inviting that one hit scores maybe one or even a couple of runs. So if Roosters can get Kupanakola across to 2 early in this at-bat, and then a hit would score 2.
Okay, look, I've got to get past these shoes of, also these pants of Levi Wilson, but it's not helping if his father messages me while we're broadcasting. Often running as a designated runner, Kupanakola down to second base, so 2 runners in scoring position now. A message from his dad to his son, they got to go.
Oh, I thought he was going to have a crowd. I think you were about to read out. He was having a cranky. Can you leave him alone, man? He's on board with they got to go. Love it.
This one to the screen. Here comes the short Knickerbockers, and they will score. Just gets the front of the plate, and Wilson will cross for the second time in this match. 2 runs to 0.
We're stuck in the turf a little bit coming home, and sometimes you can just, as we see on the replay, goes to the back fence. Pitcher comes in, ball flick back, and you see him just stop short and pop up. Oh, I'd love to see that again.
I think it's the Knickerbockers they were like a parachute as his feet were trying to reach the base.
Chop.
Here we go. Hard ball through the 5-6 hole from Tompkins will convert another run here. Roosters now looking comfortable, 3-0.
Yeah, this is the little gap that Roosters were after in this at-bat coming into this part of the lineup. They got their traffic on base, moved them across. Cooper Nicola just goes to show when you have a little bit of speed that's coming off the bench in those designated runner roles, you can get them and you can get them across. It's a hit that scores, and it's not a hit with someone moving maybe first to third. It's second to home, which is dangerous.
RKS, you see the little emblem on their right side of their shirt, breast. And on the other side, it says Tsunami. I caught up with the boys before the game. I'm like, so Tsunami, is that like your team name or your sponsor name? And they're like, nah, sponsor. I said, oh, cool. And I'm like, what type of business? What do they make waves? Or so what are they doing? So they make uniforms. That's who makes it. Oh, Primo. Oh, by the way, job is a 3XL.
Yeah.
Scramble up the middle, looking for 1 and 2, and the tsunami wave of defence from RKS is good as they'll close out the innings. Not before, though. It is Drage and Tompkins, or Tompkins will actually drive in both runs here for the Roosters. They lead 3-0. More action to come when we come back. I wonder if Levi Wilson finds another pair of pants. Will he?
From the humble beginnings of a Wellington garage and with a good helping of Kiwi Can Do, Resine have been proudly colouring New Zealand since 1946. Environmentally approved quality paints, colours and expert advice, all available at your local Resine colour shop. Our friendly team are here to help you get the best results for your project. With creative colours and innovative paint all made right here in New Zealand. You can rely on Resine to get the job done.
Roosters from the North Shore have put together a good one so far in the bottom of the first innings. They played their first run, and now in the bottom of the third, they played their next two. They lead the ball game 3-0 as we go to the top of the fourth innings. RKS need to find a way. They'll go through Halsey, Beatsy, and Monty. 1, 2, 3. Can they get it done? Oh, I'm sure they can, Scotty.
Yeah, they've proven already in this game that they can get runners on base, and that's really what's required to start ticking over the scoreboard. Is before you can do that. I mean, there's no one swing that's winning this game.
No one swing indeed. Need to get on. I think one of the other things they'll need to do from watching the first three innings, especially the second and third, defensively from Roosters, is they've got to be able to time this change up, I'll be honest.
Yeah, and he's doing a great job of leading some hitters off with it and then finishing firm, and then, some on other hitters starting off firm and coming late with change. So it's hard to get an idea of what they're going to do. And that's the beauty of having someone like Curtis behind the plate.
I think that you hit the nail right on the head there, Scotty. Curtis Tompkins so experienced these days. When catchers get to a certain level, you would know, one of them yourself, you can almost undo a batter before they step in the batter's box.
Yeah, catching becomes about how you get people out and building an idea of how you get every hitter out. And, they've clearly got a relationship as well, these two, and he understands the weaponry of the pitcher, and it just goes a long way.
And outside, can't reach it. Well, the good thing with Curtis Tompkins, spent a couple of years already in Japan playing and teaching, fluent in Japanese. So you'll hear if you come to a ball game with Roosters playing, Curtis will speak the whole time in Japanese to him.
Yeah, incredible.
Now this one goes down on the outside edge, and he is looking good. This one a hard drop ball.
Great pitch on the outside corner. Haven't actually seen him finish hitters with that dipper away like that.
6 strikeouts on the day for you, Nick. Halsey's like, I'm coming and get him next time.
I really wanted that to get somewhere near the barrel.
Levi BT fouls off the first pitch he sees.
It's part of what I like about this Richmond Cares team, and again, in my brief interactions with them, is that they seem like really good dudes, right? They're ballers. They wanna do well, and whilst they're disappointed, they pick their heads up and they run back to the dugout. And you don't see any of them trying to chew up umpires, and there's no blame game. It's just move on.
A little swing and a miss action. He's got all the different pitches, doesn't he?
Yeah, he does, and that's proving really difficult for Richmond Cares. They just can't get set on anything.
And there's a low lifter on the inside. Last one tailed away. This one tails in. Boy, oh boy, he has got it on a string. 7th strikeout now from Ionu. I'm
going to go and play devil's advocate for your Chop. That was miss spot.
Probably.
Yeah.
Pitcher will never say that, though. Right? No, that's what I was thinking the whole time.
What are you talking about? That's back to the dugout.
Yeah, see you later.
What else you want from me, fellas?
Finn Montley now. Step in to go to work. This one pops up, looking shallow, and it'll be the first hit of the ball game for RKS, and it's Montley sliding into 2, the overthrow. He may go all the way here. The wave around, the slide down, and it's got a little bit of everything as he strolls in with a 1-2-3 tap on the plate. First run of the ball game.
On earth are they going to start the replay on that job? Like, unbelievable. Here we see it here. He flicks this one into left field, follows it, tracks it, gets after it, realises that's going to drop. He's absolutely tearing it round the bases, and nice and aggressive, overthrow, goes to right field. He continues on all the way around, collects the umpire there, hits the ground, but he's still got enough time to get up, and with an offline throw, touches home plate.
You know what? I don't think he could have drawn that up any but well covered there, my friend. What we do know, he rounded all the bases at Finn Montley, and Richmond Cares get on the board 3 runs to 1 now. Jacob Neal, inside pitch, can't quite catch up to it. 2 away here, top of the 4th innings.
You don't see too many plays, Chop, that almost involve every single player on the diamond in one play.
And all the umpires. As we get a change up on the outside edge for his 8th strikeout of the day from Ione, but it's mixed in the middle with a bit of Finn Montley. I'll tell you what, it was almost like the circus a little, but it works. It works for RKS. They get on the board, 3 runs to score.
Beginnings of a Wellington garage, and with a good helping of Kiwi Can Do, Resine have been proudly colouring New Zealand since 1946. Environmentally approved quality paints, colours and expert advice, all available at your local Resine colour shop. Our friendly team are here to help you get the best results for your project, with creative colours and innovative paint all made right here in New Zealand. You can rely on Resine to get the job done.
Well, as the drums beat, they'll bring us right back in here into an exciting matchup. Looked like Roosters were getting away on us, Scotty, 3 runs to 0. And then Finn Montley just created something in front of our visiting umpire from third base from Australia, Richard Dodds. Just a little something different.
Yeah, just a little something different, and really all we really wanted as a neutral, and I'm going to put myself in the neutral basket, is to see this one stay tight. And for Richmond Cares to continue just to create their opportunities to score. And then, bam, take one. We're back on 3-1. Let's go.
Let's go. And here we go. Bottom of the fourth innings. Andrew McMillan, John O'Little, and Utaro Ione lead them off 1, 2, and 3. McMillan, veteran hitter in the Roosters lineup, been around quite a while. Right man, right place most of the time. This one pops up.
Yeah, not a guy who's probably just going to gift you his out. And to be fair, he'll be a little bit disappointed with that. It was a mistake. Low lifter on the inside, probably caught way too much dish. And would expect himself to probably put some good wood on that.
Ball down low.
Just a part of the game, Chop, where Jacob Neal really needs to continue to work hard to keep this close, to give his team a chance. Should they create, get some more runners on and create an opportunity, it could really turn this game on its head if they keep it close here.
Max Russell to right field. Been okay. He'll be called into action as this one's hit in the gap from McMillan. Centre fielder will grab it. Cherry. McMillan rounding 2, going for 3. The chug, the train, and the slide is good.
How has that base stayed in the ground? He were coming in hot. He hit it hard, and somehow it's still there.
Andrew McMillan runs around the bases like one of those trains in Frank Fogarty's country, Canada, where they have the big snow plough in there, and he ploughs right into the third base.
Good on him. Great piece of hitting. Jacob Neal's been sliding that little lifter off the dish there to a lot of hitters, and nobody's managed to get a good swing on one like that. So, well done, Andrew McMillan. Brings to the plate now, John O'Little.
Little picked up a walk back in the second innings. Jono, as you mentioned earlier, Hutt Valley native. Played his whole career here as he just misses the first pitch from Jacob Neal.
That's 2 hitters in a row, low lifter inside. Would expect some good wood on it, and both very disappointed not to do a little more with that.
Little ready now. Neal tries to change the pace and can't get it to land.
You can see what they're trying. It's a good piece of catching just to block that up and keep that close with a runner on 3.
Blake Holder, second base for RKS. He's going to need another band on that hat. Maybe he needs a chin strap. You ever seen a baller have a cap with a chin strap?
Oh, I wish you never said that, Chop.
Well, wait a minute. No way you have.
No, mate. When I was a junior, and this is many years ago now, not quite a hat, but we used to have these batting helmets.
Oh, yeah, with a chin strap.
With the chin strap. And there were 5 of them, so and we weren't allowed to hit without the chin strap on.
No. Fair enough. You know what? A ball cap and a batting helmet with a chin strap should be outlawed almost as much as Levi Wilson's pants.
My mum keeps all of the photos from when I was a young fella, and I look at the ones where I'm batting, I'm thinking, why did he make us do that?
Why did you do that to me, Mum? Why did you do that to me? 2-2 the count here on John O'Little.
Neil Hewitt, if you're out there, bud, thank you so much for the good memories, man.
Full count now. The chin strap on the betting up. You're a bad, bad man.
We were a bad, bad team. Good times. Times have changed. Here's John O'Little in a 3-ball, 2-strike count.
Roosters 60 feet away from getting their 4th run. This one will pop up. Goes out of play.
I know John O'Little would be frustrated with these low rises that he's not putting a good swing on. I know that he backs himself in these situations to hit that pitch hard.
That's one of the things with John O'Little. Apologies. With Jacob Neal on the hill, though, he's the type of pitcher that's not afraid to just come at you.
Yeah, I don't think he wants to encourage any more traffic for Roosters, and I like that about him. Oh, put the knock on, did we?
Rise ball up top. Count is favourable for that. A walk now issued for Little because he's so dangerous. It's Ione now, the pitcher. A big chance with runners coast to coast to help himself out.
John O'Little, standard issue, clearly didn't know the count. Ball 4 stands here for a good 35 seconds. The Blues like, hey, mate, that's 4, pal. You're off.
Hey, I'm playing at home. Dad's got the moko. Let me hit, Blue. Just keep it a full count. It's a foul tip. Did you not see it?
When he was at Dodgers, they used to call him Meat. Am I going to put a couple of dots together there, or with Jono Little just getting ball four, standing at the plate?
Yeah.
Actually, let's not draw any conclusions there,
Okay.
Jono. You can come in and tell us one day.
Off and running is a little down at second base. Intelligent ball player. Of course, he played at the height for New Zealand at the Junior Black Sox at the World Cup in 2020, held in Palmerston North. Captain of the side. That's how well regarded he was of his peers and coaching staff. Hard hit ball, Yonne looking to go yard to the trick, and a great over-the-shoulder catch by Knighton. However, that will easily bring in another run here for Roosters. They lead 4-1.
Great piece of team hitting there, helping himself out with a deep fly ball in that situation. He clearly was just trying to get under something, lift something into the outfield and get that run home.
To bring them out of the dugout to celebrate Roosters as they come in, lots of high fives. Roosters have got their eyes on the prize here at the 2024 edition of the Men's Club National Championships.
They sure have. They'll be looking to finish this one off because they got a real toughie later today. It's the derby.
The derby.
Roosters versus the mighty HV Marist.
Oh, yeah. I mean, that just kind of rolls off the tongue. I see you guys are playing over on Shaw Field. And that one, Diamond 2 here. How cool is it to have all the diamonds named after great people from this association?
It's absolutely awesome.
Yeah.
Not only did they have some wonderful choices and blessed with some choices of some people and some history with the names, but just to actually go through that whole process was really, really cool.
Wild ball looking to punch this one. Little on the run, so something cooking from head coach Russell Hall.
Russell Hall with the player in motion on a little bit of a squeeze there, clearly just, hey man, if we get out of this innings and we're 5-1 up, I'll give up a couple of outs here to get that little gap on the scoreboard.
Wild ball struck out in the second innings against Neil. Low lifter right down the middle. Wild ball would have wanted to do more of that. As it leaks back in, it'll go foul over the first baseman.
Not going to have a crack at him there. Such a tough play. I know it's gone straight up, but that would have been starting out foul. It's probably gone out of our screen and out of our picture, but starting out foul and coming all the way back, and it's one that you actually need the second base to start tracking early.
Lots of communication. We know that wind in this particular case is going to move a little bit leaking out towards the outfield. Little something different from Neil, a little kind of curve ball, take a little pace off action.
I'm going to say frisbee.
Yeah.
Frisbee, away to the righty, and we got a lot of them, and we struggled with it too, so don't feel bad.
Don't feel bad. 2 away here. Bottom of the fourth innings, top of the order now. Cannons. Looks like we'll have a pinch hitter coming to the ball game. Joseph Hall, off the back of an outstanding NFC, I think, if I remember correctly, either 2 or 3 on the batting stats at the end of that one.
Oh, that's a great effort.
Next pitch is up top. Son of the head coach, Russell.
No, stats is only one part of things, and particularly a batting average, you know, like there's been a lot made of the other stats, the offensive stats now, but it also doesn't, you know, it's not completely false in that you can't make it up. You got to hit the ball to get a batting average going, right?
He sure did. Yeah, tons of hits, tons of RBIs. Just one of the best tournaments I think I've seen him offensively do. And I guess you've seen this over your career as players mature as hitters.
Oh, yeah, I've seen a lot of that. I've seen a lot of that over time, and I think now you're literally watching people do that to a different level, and you see some players like you're alluding to, Chop, that later in the years actually become better hitters. They figure out how to build out bats. They figure out themselves and their swing and how to hunt pitches that sort of line up with their assets. Yeah.
Then you have the complete opposite, and like Levi Wilson basically came out of the womb as an elite hitter.
Yeah.
First pitch is up and away. That'll leak in another run here, so they do get their 5th run of the ball game, Roosters.
Well, I love to see that from Jono Little as well as he makes his way into home plate. Hopefully there's a replay of him crossing, but he slows up to see if he can time it so when the catcher lobs it back, it just hits him. But he didn't quite get the right lineup, but I like to see that.
Always the game within the game, Jono Little.
Yeah, it's great base running, Jono.
That's beauty. Oh, mate, I know you missed that. We just did a shot on John Little in the dugout just there. And he walks in, and the boys give him a little bit of a high five. And then as he's just turning around, and someone throws his fielding glove at him, and he wasn't watching, and he catches it, and then he gives him a death stare.
He is an aggressive baller, is our Jono. And he's one of those guys where if he's on your team, you will absolutely love him.
Yeah.
If he's on the other team, you may dislike him.
You may not absolutely love him.
Yeah. We all know a few of those. Let's not go into naming names, but we all know a few of those. Love you, Tyson Byrne. What?
Levi Wilson. Wow. We just backed the bus off Tyson Byrne a little. As it's taken outside, he did win us a World Cup gold medal in 2013, so he kind of gets a hall pass.
He gets whatever pass he'd like on the back of that. What a player.
Ah, indeed. This one on the outside edge is good.
That's a great spot from Jacob Neal away to a lefty like that. That's tough to hit. You're probably not, if you swing it there, you're probably not doing much with it. So live there for a bit, pal.
2-2 the count, as you could hear. This one taken up top. Another quality at bat from Wilson.
Yeah, he's been really, really difficult out, and not just in this game. Just obviously, I don't know him as well as others who are from that area, but he's a difficult out in every which way I've seen him take the bat.
This one's down low. Really proud of both of us there, Scotty. Through that whole 6-pitch at bat, we didn't say one thing about Levi Wilson's pants.
Nah, well, yeah, I'll be honest. Like, I saw them early on in the at-bat, and I was like, I'm going to ease up because I don't want a message from his dad. But having said that, his dad was on your side, so
yeah, not too bad.
That's open season. Sorry, Levi. We gave you a brief reprieve and then chops right back on you.
Yeah, just one small one.
Just one small one.
To be fair, don't like his dad. Don't like his pants, don't like his dad.
Oh, God.
You want to know why I don't like his dad?
Yeah, I do.
I saw him last Friday or Saturday, one of the two, in Auckland. And it was Friday night, so our kids were playing, that's right. And I'm like, bud. And I tried to ring him that day, didn't take my call. So that was,
he nexted you.
was strike one.
Yeah, he nexted you.
The starters. And then when I did catch up, he says, but I've just got back into town. I'm like, oh, cool, been hard at Mahi. He says, no, I've been up north fishing all week. That guy. Ground ball to second base for the third out. Yeah. So that was strike two. So he was sitting on a strikeout, of course, his dad. This is Dean Wilson. And he's like, would you like some fish? I'm like, oh, bud, you just had a home run.
Yeah, you back, pal. I knew I liked you.
Some fish. Yeah, drop me off some fish.
Oh, no, we're in trouble from many angles.
Yeah, we've got 3 fillets of fish dropped off. It's sitting nicely in the fridge for when I get back to Auckland. So, Dean Wilson, I didn't really mean it. I don't like you. You're good in my books.
I'm coming too, Dean.
I tell you who's also coming. It's the Roosters. They lead 5 runs to 1 through 4 complete.
Your world, your colour, your choice.
gusts here and there, Scotty, but hasn't affected the game at all.
Nah, other than making certain pitches more effective, and if you hit the ball in certain directions, might be travelling a little further, but it hasn't had a really negative impact. In fact, brings us to some of the novelties of softball where, slight changes like that can be something that some people adjust to better and others take a little longer. A little bit of an advantage if you can adjust earlier.
5 runs to 1 here. Roosters with a good lead, cemented in the bottom of the 4th innings. RKS will send up Caleb Liddy to lead off here. And the first pitch he sees is a low lifter right down the kitchen sink. Some defensive changes for the Roosters side. Joseph Hall stays in the ball game. He'll take over at second base. Cohen Bailey, the junior Black Sox star from Hermosillo at the World Cup last year, he takes over at shortstop. So they are into the ball game here for the Roosters.
Oof, that swung a bit. As we just said, that the wind hasn't affected things much, and then you see a dipper like that just push itself all the way off the dish.
All the way off the dish, indeed. 2 balls and 1 strike now, the count. Count now even. Ionet steps back. Rise ball this time outside the zone. Full count.
3-2.
Crucial part of the game here for Richmond Cares, really hoping that they can, again as a neutral, really hoping that they can get some traffic, create some chances to score as we see a strikeout there for the first out of the innings on a drop ball in the outside corner.
Well, Liddy was a hard worker at his game. He'll look to come back again. Blake Holt now, second baseman for Richmond. First pitch to him is tight and inside.
And I don't mind Richmond Cares taking first pitches here because, man, you're down 5-1 in the 5th. Last thing we want is people coming in and getting themselves out in the first 2 pitches. But at some stage, when he's just coming right at you, you're going to have to get the bat off the shoulder.
Oh, no. Another comment about Levi Wilson's pants.
I'll keep him coming, everybody. That way it's not just Chop and me somewhat.
This one fouls off, and we got a reprieve, though, because Wilson has been substituted out of the ball game. Hemi McCarthy will take over at centre field. But I might as well get it out. Now it's come in. Got a comment here from Tommy Downs. He said, you wear knickers to show the stirrups. We used to call them sockets in the 70s. Ground ball to shortstop. Bailey, newly into the game, will make the play. He's hiding them, but he's ready for a flood.
Oh, Chop. Who's that on third base?
Jamison Graham.
Look at that.
He's got the great slap. Oh,
God.
They are good mates.
Obviously.
We have another candidate. We might have a look at his pants. Graham's.
I mean, I don't want to labour the point.
This one's popping up. McCarthy's called on, going to the fence. He's out of room, and that is long gone. A solo shot from RKS puts him on the board. 5 runs to 2 now.
And the crack of the bat as we see the replay here, and he just middles it. And it's a no-doubt home run. Once you get it up into that slipstream, Chop, she's gone.
Leroy Cherry, and no doubter, dead red centre field.
Little tap on the chest of the pitcher, just to acknowledge to his catcher. Sorry about that, bud. That's clearly not where you wanted that pitch, and that might be a large reason why it's left the yard.
Change of pace, looking to dunk it in. Texas Leaguer. Right-hand Clyde, he'll turn left, looking for second base, and RKS have found some life with Max Russell.
Let's go, RKS. We got some movement, we've got some energy, we've got some momentum, and again, I'm going to put myself in the neutral column. It's good for the neutrals. We are in the same pool, though.
Talking about Paul, he had a real good game, the Hutt Valley Mariners against Auckland United this morning.
Yeah, we went to tiebreak there. It went 3-3 at the end of the seventh innings as that one's popped back. And we went to extra innings and loaded the bases, one out. And they walked us off with a walk. Not the way anyone wants a game to finish, but cracking game of softball, to be fair.
Jordan Day now in. Great to see. I'm glad you're enjoying it. Scotty, it's also good to see you still playing the game. There is no age limit to softball. I'm not saying you're old. I'm not saying you're young either.
Yeah. No, I'm feeling like there's a bit of an age limit, man. Like I got into the booth here, Chop, and I agreed to catch the game, but it turned out to be 8 innings. And, you know, Craig Wallace, who's standing next to us here, he knows I got about 5 okay ones in me.
5's all good.
And then we're sliding from there. So to get into the 8, I was in the struggle.
Veteran catcher when he calls the bullpen for himself.
Yeah, I was contemplating the coach was having none of it.
Low lifter right down the kitchen sink. And that's enough, says Ione. Not before Leroy Cherry. Well, he puts one. A cherry on top of that favourite ice cream flavour of yours. And RKS grab another run. 5 runs to 2 as we head to the bottom of the 5th and we come back.
Try a trade. Try welding, plumbing, carpentry. Try automated trade skills, material fabrication, electrical. Try painting, try tiling. Try a trade. Starting this month, a 7-week program in partnership with Welltech and Whitireia. Uncover your passion for a future career. Open to all ages. Register your interest today.
Bottom of the 5th innings there, and welcome back to Fraser Ballpark. Game 29 on the schedule. It is the South Island versus the North Island. Richmond Kiers out of Christchurch taking on Auckland's North Shore Roosters. A good one going here. We saw Roosters jump out to a 1-run lead in the bottom of the 1st innings. Work by Edu Drage in the batter's box. And then in the 3rd innings, they tag on another from Tompkins this time. 2 actually, before we go to the top of the 4th innings. RKS pick up their first run of the ball game on a good hit. And then in the bottom of the 4th, Roosters reply with 2 of their own. That gives them 5 until Leroy Cherry hits one out of the yard. And it's now 5 runs to 2, the scoreline in this one. Looks like we're going to have a pitching change here coming into the ball game for the Richmond Kiers side as he will face 3 of Roosters' best. Curtis Tompkins will lead off here, followed by, it looks like, a change in the first base. It'll be Lennox Jones that'll come in and hit. And then after Jones will be Andrew McMillan. Pitching change?
Yeah, Josh Jones has come onto the... Josh Jones onto the hill here for all those people watching with us. He obviously comes from the left side, so a little bit different off the bat for the hitters. A little bit of different tunnelling from Josh Jones.
A little drop ball action over the top of the zone. For those who don't know much about Josh Jones, Scotty, tell us all about him.
Yeah, I'll tell you as much as I know. We did actually get to see him in the game, and I caught that game.
I was trying to throw you under the bus.
So I do actually know. He was a little inaccurate with the lifter there.
Yeah.
As we see a little fly ball head out to right field and looking to drop, and off the glove of the right fielder, unfortunately.
Turn the Jets on as Tompkins down to second base. And I guess the good teams will look to convert opportunities just like that.
Yeah, you can't give these good sides opportunities like that. And let's be fair, it's a tough day. A little bit of wind. Those ones that are dropping in, they're really tough to read off the bat. You know, sometimes the ball gets up in the air and you can make a good a good little assessment of where it might, around about where it might land. But on a day like today, that has to happen a little bit later because there's just a bit more movement up there.
So I'm not a scorer, and there's a big reason for that. I'm just not intelligent enough. So I'm just going to write that in my scorebook as ball went in the air, ball comes off the glove, runner goes to second base.
Oh, we're not going to go with just straight error on the right fielder?
Well, I don't know.
Oh, well, I mean, hey, I'm happy to be nice to the young fella out there too, because as I just said, it's a tough day. And
it was a long way to run.
No, it's error though. It's 100% error. He gets whole glove on it. Okay. I'm not going to help him much more than that.
All right. Well, error to right field allows Tompkins to get on to second base. There's an interesting pinch hitter here, Lennox Jones.
Yeah, this is good from Jones. He, like I say, he really struggled a little bit earlier in the tournament with some control to get ahead of hitters and threw way too many rise balls. But little drop ball there to get ahead, a little bit of change up like that. That's great. That's a very good take from the hitter, to be fair.
I've always wondered about this situation as we see a shot of the left fielder. I've always wondered the situation. The pitcher's name is Josh Jones. The hitter's name is Lennox Jones. Completely unrelated.
Yes.
Who wins that battle?
Well,
I mean, we all know we want to be like the Joneses, but come on, seriously.
Yeah, well, it remains to be seen right now. I'm going to put Fiver on the pitcher. Don't know why. Just got a funny feeling.
I'll go 5 each way on the Jones. Take us through this one. 2-2 the count here. Here comes the pitch.
Cheat.
Will it pay off?
Oh.
Hard hit ball from Jones. It's going. It's going. It's a 2-run shot. In this case, it's Lennox that wins the battle.
Lennox Jones with an absolute tank. Hung the change-up, as we see on the replay there, and he does not miss it. A tank to dead centre field and $5 for the chop.
There you go. 5 each way. I can't do that at the races either. The each way bet's just like cop out, to be fair. 7 runs to 2, the scoreline now. Roosters leading. Bottom of the 5th innings, of course, could sneak up on us, see if they get a couple more in here, Scotty.
Yeah, 100%. It's that awkward zone, right, where it's currently at 5, but a bloop and a blast, and you're at 7. And to be honest, that's one thing I like about that move that we went to with the run rules a few years ago now, but back when I was a young fella, it was 10 and 5.
Yeah.
But I quite like the 7 thing because we're trying to speed the game up. We're trying to make sure that it remains competitive.
Pitches outside. I tell you what, this is my first time ever seeing Josh Jones pitch. Automatically, I like him because he's a left-hander. I want to see more left-handed hurlers throwing in New Zealand, so we have that mixture between right and left. And maybe he got a little roughed up there in this innings. However, we know if this kid sticks at the game, he's going to be an elite pitcher from the left side.
Yeah, 100%. I don't know his age. As we see that ball dropping towards the centre field, awkward area again, and lands again and again. That slipstream up there is so difficult. But yeah, just to finish your point, Chop. Yeah, it's 100%. It's something that we're starting to see a couple more of them come back. I don't know this kid's age, but if he can stay with it and he can learn his craft around that rotational aspect that he's got a little bit of slidey, liftery, curvy type stuff, and if he learns his craft, he could be anything he wants to be.
Johnny Little picked up 2 walks on the day.
He's a good snap on the dipper too.
Well, we're going to a little favour here for Jono Little. Right behind camera 3 at the moment is his son in the pram. And right beside it is the babysitter of that son. And, of course, we've accredited it to Granddad, David, for the moko this week. And if we can get camera 4 to give us a shot of that right behind him. The roving camera. Just got to turn around and grab that shot for us. There's Jono Little bats here.
Yeah, we were just there. We were on it. We were on that angle. If we go back to it, we were right there with the pram.
1 ball, 2 strike.
Of course, the roving camera, he gets directed by Toby. He's the director in this game, and Toby will tell that cameraman to get a shot of the baby for us in the pram. It's only a matter of time. And this one's up the middle from Little and off to Gloves. And he is safely around the corner. And now Roosters with 2 runners in scoring position.
Awkward little dribbler off the bat of John O'Little. Potential double play ball turns sour for the Richmond Kiers lineup because comes off the gloves. The base is getting in the way there with that little ground ball. It's an awkward play. You can understand.
Let's go. Oh.
Well, we mentioned David Little looking after young Mr. Little in the pram there. That doesn't look like Dave's knees there beside the pram, though, does it?
Definitely not.
No, he's in there, and of course we pan up a little. We'll see who's doing the babysitting this week.
Cute. It's a cute little. And no, that's definitely not Dave.
No.
Looking after the baby
No,
as
it
we
isn't.
pan out.
It is Nana.
That's Wendy. Dave, you've been caught out, pal.
Get back on the job, buddy. Get back on the job.
Here I am sitting in here slugging away because Dave Little can't make it because he's busy this week. He's babysitting.
Oh, beauty.
It's a yarn.
A great shout out to Dave Little. He's been a great man of softball. So is Wendy, of course, the family. And why wouldn't you be when you've got athletes like number 27, John O'Little at second base?
Dave was an accomplished cricketer. Tied to cricket.
Really?
Yeah. Cracking cricketer. Really good. We didn't even know how good. But then when we started sharing the facility there in the Rico Centre, tighter cricket's based there. Mm-hmm. And then you hear some stories from the cricketers. Like, is Dave over there? Yeah, has he got a softball cap on? Yeah. What a cricketer. said everyone, you know what I mean? What a batter.
Hey. Slow ground ball. Ionate played perfectly by the second baseman, Hutt. That'll record the first out here in the bottom of the 5th innings.
Yeah, nice play by Hutt there, and that's obviously what Richmond Kiers are after, is to try and keep things close here, just in case they have their own opportunities to fire back this gaming.
Cohen Bailey come into the ball game as shortstop for Trey Wildball. He'll get his first at-bat of this contest. A single from him here could walk it off for the Roosters, leading by 5 at the bottom of the 5th innings.
That's what we need out there from Jones on the hill. Get ahead of hitters, and get ahead of hitters with stuff that, hey, if you even swing at that, you're hitting that into the ground. You're not going to hit that hard anywhere.
Cohen Bailey, proud baller out of the... Good pitch. Hey, that's a real good pitch.
Oh, that's fantastic. That's really tough for a righty. That started way off the dish and comes back. That's David Gollan-like, man.
Cohen Bailey, a proud young baller out of the county's Monaco region. Strong family down there, the Baileys. Now playing his ball in North Harbour for the Roosters Ball Club this season.
I love the way we're all beneficiaries of Counties Monaco, but down here it's Manawatu, right? Yeah. Well, I mean, it's not just Manawatu, but everywhere around the country, people are beneficiaries from this great game, and the people who play it from different areas. It's like, you know, we're all beneficiaries at some stage.
It's good too. Good kid, Cohen. Had a little bit to do with him throughout this year. He's a good friend of my oldest boys, and can I just say, when they turn 18 or they get around that 18-year group, they kind of get a little interesting.
Yeah, I wouldn't know yet. My kid's 8, but I was 18 once.
Yeah.
And I was a right pain in the ass. Sorry, Mum.
Hard hit ball, and Bailey will try to force something. No chance with Finn Montley at first base.
You and Cohen Bailey are obviously friends, because I've not got that ball being hit hard. But, you know, if he's a good mate of yours, and hard hit ball.
Of course, coming up next, game 33 on the schedule, Hutt Valley Dodgers taking on Mount Albert Ramblers. For Ramblers, it'll be Daniel Chapman on the hill. Great to see him back. And Matos, I should say, will be starting for the Hutt Valley Dodgers.
Marcus throwing bullets.
He is indeed. Got a chance to catch up with him before this game. He's from a little lovely town I got a chance, privilege to visit in 2019. It's called Gerbes. And beautiful town square there, treated us with such hospitality. One of those country towns that you really want to get to.
Yeah, I'll be honest with you, Chop. I didn't get it any further than Prague, but beautiful part of the world. As you do a bit of travel, you realise you get out of this little neck of the woods out here. There's some lovely parts of Eastern Europe, and they're now playing softball to a pretty good standard, eh?
Yeah, they sure are indeed. The Czech Republic have really, really come up. Anyway, Mate, come and sort me out. He's like, Chopper, do you want to know how to pronounce my name? I'm like, yeah, I would. That'd be really good, thank you. And hard hit ball over the top, and that'll close this one out from Marty Cannons as he drives it over. 2 runs will score here. It moves the scoreline 9 runs to 2. Bottom of the 5th innings. We'll wait for the, of course, the umpire to call it, but a good game for the Roosters.
Yeah, as we see the replay here, it was a hard hit ball and one in which, easy to misread because it was hit so hard off the bat, got into the slipstream, went a little further than the outfielder thought, and the game was finished on it.
Just listening to the umpire here. Just conferring with the scorer for you. Both teams are lined up. Ready to go, Scotty.
A little bit of suspense.
Thank you. Ball game.
There you go. We're waiting for those 2 words. Ball game. Simple as that. Indeed. Talking about 2 words, this is what the Czech Republic pitcher told me. Marke Matas. There you go.
Lovely.
Indeed. Well, I'll tell you what's lovely. Roosters winning 9 runs to 2 here. They'll shorten the game in the bottom of the 5th innings. Mate, your thoughts on the match?
Yeah, look, I actually thought Richmond Kears put on a good display here, and I know that it's ended early, but they really forced this Roosters lineup to convert some of their opportunities, and they kept it close for a good part there. Great effort on the hill from both fellas who took the hill for Richmond Kears, but Roosters just proven a little bit too strong.
Going to come back to you for the Ballpark Broadcasting Player of the Match. Roosters get underway in the bottom of the 1st innings with a run from Edu Drage, then another one by Tompkins, this time in the 3rd, before RKS reply with one of their own by Motley in the top of the 4th innings. Roosters weren't finished though. 3 runs in the bottom of the 4th. RKS, the big home run from Cherry in the top of the 5th innings, and then 4 solid runs on a 2-run shot also from Lennox Jones to the Roosters in the bottom of the 5th innings. That'll complete this one early. Ballpark Broadcasting Player of the Match.
Well, it's hard for me because I don't want to wind you up with Levi Wilson and give you another opportunity to labour the point on his pants. But he was really difficult early on, but I'm going to go with the tank. Who hit that tank late on in the game for Roosters?
Oh, there you go. The short Knickerbockers get a reprieve from Levi Wilson. It's Lennox Jones will be the Ballpark Broadcasting Player of the Match here. And this one between Richmond and Roosters. Of course, coming up next, it'll be Ramblers and Dodgers. A big one in about 10 minutes or so. We're catching up to the schedule. Thank you for tuning in. Been great to have you along on behalf of Atiawa Toa FM and Ballpark Broadcasting NZ. Of course, my man Scotty S. Hope in commentary with me. I've been Jason Gerbes, a.k.a. Chopper. Mā te wā. See you soon.